Yo, what up? How you guys doing out there today? This is your boy Roto Beast, and I'm here to present you my MLB picks for Friday, April 13th. If you're new to this channel, please make sure to click the subscribe button below. This way you can watch all my MLB, NBA, and NFL videos. And if you want to play the actual lineups that we're playing every single day, visit our website at www.rotobeast.net. So, hey, guess what? Another day of the money team cashing out. Fanduel and DraftKings cash on MLB. We're absolute rolling right now. Seriously. Hey, check out our results. You can visit us on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram at RotoBeast. Give us a follow. Hey, you're missing out if you ain't on the money team. So you better hurry up and jump on now. So like I said, yeah, hey, another good night tonight. Things are looking very, very well to start the MLB season. Definitely, starting out very, very hot. We got a 13-game slate that we got to look at. It's a monster slate. I kind of narrow it down. I try to keep it to about my top 5 plays, but to be honest, it's so big of a slate. I pretty much have about top 6 picks, I would say. So I'm not going to spend super a lot amount of time on the picks, but I'm going to definitely let you know the people that I'm going to be targeting. So yeah, hey, before I jump in this slate though, if you don't mind, literally takes you 2 seconds. I do this video for absolute nothing for you guys, just to help you guys out. So hey, take a second real quick for me. Help your boy out. Click that like button down below. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much for doing that for me. And yeah, so like I said, 13-game slate. Let's just jump into these picks. So we'll start at the top. Garrett Cole going against the Texas team who's been struggling somewhat to start the season in Houston. Garrett Cole has absolutely had 2 brilliant starts. Absolute brilliant starts to start the season. I definitely think this is a spot once again that you could look at him. The price tag is $10,000, but I actually think it's a little bit too cheap for what he has going on right now. I think he's definitely going to be the cash game pitcher. Probably my favorite pitcher on the slate. Then we can move down. We can look at a couple guys who have had a couple of decent starts to start the season. You got Maeda and you got Greinke. They're going against each other in a pitcher's park in LA. I definitely think this game is probably going to be a little bit more low scoring. But I'm probably not going to look at these guys for cash games. Thing about Maeda is he doesn't go deep into ball games, but he has strikeout upside. Then you got Greinke. I mean, he's a really good pitcher, but he's a couple years past his prime now, and Dodgers have a bunch of lefties that have great numbers off Greinke for their career, and so I mean, this guy could get hit in this spot, and so it scares me a little bit, but I mean, I think both of them are going to be somewhat low owned, and you could definitely look at them for some GPPs. Clevenger. I mean, Clevenger started the season off solid, couple really good outings, going against a Toronto team who's, they're a little bit sluggish right now as well. He gives you a little salary savings compared to some of the other guys I was talking about a second ago. For me, though, he's probably a little bit more GPP, but I think he's borderline cash. You could consider him as well. Then we'll go down a couple cheap guys just to kind of fit some bats in. You got Velasquez. We know what this guy could do. Last year, Monster K upside. So, I mean, he has 2 starts. One, it wasn't very good, against Atlanta. His next start went against Miami, pretty weak team, and he went 6 innings, 6 Ks. I expected a few more Ks from him in this spot. You still got your 43 fantasy points. If he was going to get you 43 once again, going against a Tampa Bay team that, they're not too scary bat-wise, then I would take it at this price tag and you can, fill up with bats. Lastly, a guy on the other side going against Velasquez, this guy Faria. He's had 1 bad start and 1 decent start. But last year, I played him a couple times. He's actually a pretty solid pitcher. It's definitely a GPP flyer, don't get me wrong. But, I mean, he has upside. And the Phillies have some hitters, but they have some guys that, swing and strike out a lot as well. So, GPP-wise, I think you could look at him. We'll go to catcher first base. You got Gary Sanchez, first and foremost. The guy's really starting to heat up, in a solid spot. once again. So I like him. Then we will go to. Honestly, I think if you don't go with Gary Sanchez at this position, I think this is a spot that you definitely can look to pay down. There's a lot of really good pay down spots. You got Neil Walker. Um, Gary Sanchez, I liked him. Neil Walker going against Fires. This guy actually has really good numbers off him over his career. He's 9 for 19 with the home run off Fires. At a very, reasonable price tag. So I'm looking at him. I'm looking at Ryan Zimmerman as well. I mean, he started the season off rough, I understand, but he's still batting in the cleanup spot for the Washington Nationals. A very potent offense. He's 2 for 3 off the pitcher with the home run. So, we see he sees him well. So I definitely think it's a buy low opportunity. You could look at him. Then, Lucroy. Lucroy has really, really good numbers off Mike Leake over his career. He's 19 for 38 with a few extra base hits. The guy, hey, he hits this guy well over his career. This guy's a really good hitter. Really cheap, price for him. Like I said, that's why I said there's a lot of guys you can look at and possibly pay down in this position. One more guy I'm looking at, Logan Morrison. I mean, he hasn't had the best start to the season. I understand, 088, but he's batting 5th in the lineup. A bunch of really good hitters in front of him. He's due for a home run. Going against this guy Lopez, who I don't think he's the best pitcher. And Minnesota's definitely going to put up some runs, and he's going to have some solid opportunities. We'll go to second base. Altuve, hey, he hasn't had a monster start like some people want to see from him. He's gonna have a breakout game very soon. I mean, I think this is a solid spot for him at home. I like Altuve. I like Dozier. Like I said, I like all the Minnesota bats. Once again, I played them today, and they didn't disappoint me. Definitely, came up solid for me. So I like Dozier. And I like Harrison a lot. Batting leadoff, starting the season off hot. 312 bat going against a pitcher who has a 9 earned run average through the first 2 games. Pittsburgh's going to put up some runs. And in the leadoff spot, he could definitely get it started. You got LeMahieu batting in the leadoff spot while Blackman's out right now, going against Rorik. Rorik is one of those pitchers. He's up and down, up and down. Don't get me wrong. But LeMahieu, he's starting the season off very well. 351 batting average through, probably about 10 games, I would say, 10, 12 games. Today, he had an absolute monster game, 4 for 5, 56 fantasy points. Yesterday, he had 3 hits and 5 at-bats. He's seeing the ball well. He's hitting the ball well. Fair price tag for him. I like him. Then I'm going to go down. Oh, my guy. I played him today. I mentioned him in my comment section that I really liked him once he came off the DL. I seen that later in the day, and he didn't disappoint. First at bat off the DL, Jackarooski. You know what I mean? Straight up. Tomorrow, he's too cheap. Tomorrow, I'm going to go right back to the well against Jason Hamels. I think this is a great spot for him. Then we're going to go to third base. You can look at, I'm just going to clump these guys together. Arenado, Donaldson. Donaldson has a little bit of a tough matchup, but he's starting the season off solid. Arenado, he's gonna get suspended soon, so he's gonna probably have a monster game before he gets suspended. Gonna sit out for a couple games. Rorik, like I said, he's an up and down guy. Arenado, he's top 10 hitter in the league. So both those guys are solid. You can look at Sano. I played him today. I'm gonna say truthfully, he disappointed me. He got me only 6 fantasy points for a double. But the bad part about it and why I'm going to go right back to the well tomorrow? He missed a home run by about 2 inches. It was the difference between a home run and a double. 5 points and 6 points. Hey, the guy has massive upside. Double dong any night possibility. Just barely missed one for us tonight. Definitely go right back to the well. Loving this Minnesota team tomorrow. Ramirez, hey, he's we know what this guy could do. He can get hot. He can get 3 hits, a home run, a double, in a game. I like this spot for him. Going against Stroman. Stroman, he's a decent pitcher, but he's starting the season off rough, and the Cleveland Indians are definitely, I think, going to put up some runs tomorrow against Stroman. Then we're gonna go with Rendon. I like another Washington guy that I'm liking. Going against Freeland, he's a righty. Rendon is going against a lefty and Freeland, get that good lefty righty matchup. Same reason I like Zimmerman. I'm gonna probably, I like Turner at shortstop. He's probably more of a GPP play, but I do like these righties. And then if we want to get a little bit of value, a guy I think we can go with for value at third base is this guy Andujar, or whatever his name is, for the Yankees. I mean, he hasn't done nothing special, I understand, but the guy could hit. I've seen him hit. In the minor leagues, he's a hitter, and he hasn't had the best starts, but he's almost minimum price, get you some value. Probably more of a GPP play, gonna be 1% owned, but there's somebody that you could probably look at. Then we'll go to shortstop. I'm gonna be honest, their shortstop is loaded. I like Correa. I like him going against a lefty at home. Gregorius. I like Gregorius going against a righty. You got Lindor going against Stroman, who's struggling. Cozart's a guy I'm really, really liking, all right? I'm going to be honest with you. Cozart, the only thing that kind of for me about Cozart is he was batting leadoff. Now Kinsler's back. Kinsler's going to bat leadoff, so Cozart is going to get bumped down in the lineup to probably 5th or 6th, which kind of makes me but it's tough. You're going to bump a guy down when he's just swinging the bat so hot like that. But he's still a solid play. Like I said, Trey Turner struggling a little bit, but going against a weak pitcher, a left-hander. And then if we want to get a little bit more value, we can look at another Cleveland bat in Eduardo Escobar. Another Minnesota bat. I'm liking Minnesota. I'm sorry. So, yeah, another Minnesota bat and Escobar. Usually bats about 5th in the lineup. And then, I haven't really got to too many of them, but I'm liking some of the Boston guys. I definitely like some of the Boston guys. Going against Tillman. I'm liking more the lefties than the righties. But Nunez, he has solid career numbers actually against him. So, definitely you could take a look at him. Outfield. Yeah. One thing that I will note. So Tillman, right, for the Boston going against him, the lefties hit him very well. Okay, all the lefties pretty much for Boston have good numbers off him. But the crazy thing about him is he's a reverse splits guy. So the righties, they're actually hitting pretty well off him also. And to be honest with you, I just think he's gonna get absolute blown up tomorrow. Boston's swinging the bat well. So yeah. So now we'll quickly go to, I'm gonna start it off. Mike Trout. I love Mike Trout. I'm a note. Let me note one thing. Okay, this guy that the Angels are going against. This guy obviously gives up a lot of stolen base. So almost everybody on the team has stolen base. You had Kinsler 6 for 14 with 2 home runs off this guy. Trout 5 for 16 with a home run. Upton 11 for 33 with 3 home runs. And guess what? All them dudes had at least 2 stolen bases off this dude. So it's like I'm liking these Angels a lot as well tomorrow. This guy's so bad at holding baseman on. Guess what? Albert Pujols even has a stolen base off this dude. Yeah, old ass Albert Pujols. That should tell you something. That dude don't steal bases. So yeah, hey, these Angel guys, they could definitely get on, steal some bases, get you those quick 6 points. So Trout's a great play. Judge. Today, what? Yeah, today was a bad day for the Yankees, and he still got you 12 fantasy points. He's giving you a really solid floor. He's got you, today was the worst. He still got you 12 on a bad day. Upside day, he's going to get you 30. So I definitely think you could go back to the well on Judge. Betts, another guy against Tillman. You could look at Betts. Upton, I just talked about the Angels. This guy has really good numbers off him. Tillman for his career. I will go back to the well with him. I like Springer. Springer's in play. Brett Gardner, the lefty going against Fires. You know, the Yankees just have so much firepower. It's ridiculous. This Brett Gardner's going to have a really good year. Bad lead off the top of that order. And then one guy, oh, I miss my guy, man. I miss a guy I'm really liking. My boy JD. I like him. Very fair price tag against Tillman. I think he's going to go yard tomorrow, to be honest with you. If not, he's going to get you a double or extra base hit. I think he's going to have a really good game. And then some value. Let me go for the value real quick. I don't want to just get high price players. Braun is too cheap. They're disrespecting him at 2,800. Understand he hasn't had the best start, but hey, he's an all-star caliber player. Then Rosario, you know, another Minnesota guy, batting cleanup. I like him. I think his price tag came up a couple hundred, but it's still too low. So yeah, I mean, I think he's a really good play. Hey, that's where I'm at with this picks pretty much. I mean, sorry I'm rambling on, but that's gonna pretty much be my player pool tomorrow. And I want to, you know, make sure we're on the same page. I want to help you guys as much as I can. Even if you don't get a package from me and, you know, and I'm not getting no money from you, I still want to help you win. I love helping people win at Daily Fantasy. You know, I do this for a living. This is what I do full time, and I absolutely love it. And I love to help you guys out. Thank you very much, you know, for watching this video. If you haven't, please make sure and click that like button. You know, tomorrow, you know, around noontime, I'll update the core once again in the comment section. So please make sure you have those notifications on. And yeah, let me just get to this core real quick. Don't want to ramble on for you too much. So I like Garrett Cole, first base catcher. I'm gonna have to go with my dude. I understand that he's cold, but Zimmerman, I mean, he's cheap and he has really good career numbers. My boy Kinzer, like I said, bad leadoff, dirt cheap. They ain't showing him no love with that price tag. Shortstop, save some money. You can go with Nunez. The guy starting the season off solid. And then outfielder, I'm going my boy JD. I think he's gonna have a really good game. So yeah, hey, I think this is a really solid core. I only paid up pretty much for JD and pitcher. You still have 3,200. You could put pretty much balance this out with really good players at a 3,200 remaining price tag each. So yeah, hey, I hope this helped you out. Make sure you check back, you know, in the comment section below tomorrow. Have those notifications on. I'll update this core, you know, around noon Pacific time. And hey, I'll talk to you later. All right, let's get this money. Peace out.